Mental illness in certain circumstances can be a valid defense for criminal offenses in Georgia. So there are two main areas where mental illness can become a valid defense against criminal charges in Georgia. The first is where a person's mental illness impacts their ability to decipher right from wrong. And at the time that person has either committed an act or neglected to commit an act or acted in some negligent manner, and their mental illness caused them to have an inability to be able to distinguish between right and wrong, and that is a scenario where mental illness can be a valid defense in Georgia. Similarly, if a person suffering from a mental illness is, as part of that mental illness, suffering from a delusion that overpowers their will and sort of causes them to undertake an act or neglect or omit to take an act, and it's solely because of that delusion that this person is suffering, that is another way that mental illness can become a valid defense in Georgia. So your mental capacity of the defendant in Georgia can either be assessed by a professional that you and your lawyer seek out and hire to do an evaluation, either somebody that you're already familiar with and have been working with in the past, or somebody that your attorney has been referred to. Or the evaluation can be done by a doctor who is employed by the Georgia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities, DBHDD for short. This is a doctor that would be contacted by either the prosecutor or the judge handling your case, and they would schedule an assessment to determine whether or not there are any issues related to mental health that have any sort of impact on the outcome in your case. A couple possible legal outcomes when mental illness is used as a defense. One is not guilty by reason of insanity. And if you are found not guilty by reason of insanity, you can think of this as basically a regular not guilty verdict. There are no consequences imposed when this is the outcome in your case. Another possible legal outcome is guilty but mentally ill. And unfortunately, here in the state of Georgia, it's not much different than just being found guilty in the traditional sense.